Hey, good morning, everyone. It's coffee time. It's robe time, so you know what time it is. Only playing. So a couple of things. If you're listening to this on the 13th, tonight I'm doing a free webinar and at 6 p.m. British Summer Time. So if you can make it, I'm pretty sure there's a link in the description below, or there will be. So that's that sorted. But also you can get the replay. So if you listen to this afterwards, just do the same, follow the same link, and you'll get the replay. I'm doing a 60-minute webinar on the #1 framework, which I've used to basically hack speed development, which is really cool. I use 6 key frameworks in my whole system, and this is the first one, and it is the one that sets everything else in motion, which is really exciting. London date announced. 21st of May, I will be delivering the first Sports Speed ever certification in London, which is going to be at a Manor Gym in Victoria, London, Victoria. Very swanky, very posh. Going to look amazing. Going to be amazing. And then also May the 8th, Reverse Engineering Movement in Sports seminar with in collaboration with Dan Howes. So all the links for those things are going to be posted below. So enjoy and hopefully see you there. But after those announcements, last weekend played my first American football game, which was amazing. I'm not going to lie. And just the whole experience of getting back in and competing physically, it was just unbelievable. I made loads of mistakes and I was really nervous. It was my first time I properly took the field in 4 years, and that was eye-opening when my jaw dropped. 2018, I broke off my shoulder in a stupid training drill, which put me out. Massive pec tear, bicep tear, anterior shoulder labral damage, like the lot. And so yeah, then the pandemic came in, and then I took a couple of snaps last year in a game, but I don't really count it. And this was the one that I was fully barred up, ready to go for, and it was amazing. So any of you sat on the fence about wanting to continue to play sports, just my message for you: do it at whatever level you want, and just enjoy it. You know, I'm playing the second division of well, it's Division 1, Conference South. American football, one below the Premiership. It's amazing. Great people, love it. Keeps in touch with some form of identity of sporting that I need to push on and need to be me. And that's really something that we discuss in the mentorship program and legacy, about how are you navigating your own identity through your pursuit of mastery of a profession. And it's something that people fall flat on because they don't know. And it's, you know, we use the analogy. It's like the girl that you fancy and you fancied for a long time, and you want to take her out and do all these things, and she turns around and then tells you she's got a boyfriend. That can be the letdown of becoming a professional S&C coach. You put all your hopes and dreams into something else. You put it into the other people's hands. You put it into other people's decision making, and you sacrifice so much of yourself on the way, transforming some of your traits, your character, to try and fulfill a role that, you know, when you get there, it's like, is that it? Is this it? Really? And so with everything has bundles of joy, like everything, there's duality in all things. So it's just something to be mindful. But to the point that I want to talk about with you today is the S&C industry is messed up. It is just so messed up. And I need to tell you the story. It's my mind is just like, did you really just tell me that? Like, what is wrong with you? And I didn't know whether to laugh or cry at the time. So I did both. I was on a social media platform, and I saw a post, and it was complaining about S&C needing, difference between S&C and personal trainers. Like, do personal trainers need 4-year degrees? And I've got a 4-year degree and I'm an S&C coach. And, some people just don't know. Some people just aren't good at their job. And I think that's how it was started. And there was just this long list and of just berating the industry and the jobs. And that's a boring subject in itself. Like, yeah. It is. That's the nature of the beast at the moment. For the moment, stop complaining about it on platforms that no one cares. No one really cares about it. I have to be really honest with you about it. If you're complaining about pay and jobs in S&C on social media platforms where people that are in control of those don't really care, because ultimately they don't really care, then what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're projecting. You need to stop it. So this post. So I reached out to the guy. And said to him, "Hi mate, how's it all going? I just saw this post. I just wondered, if you've been upset by something recently, or job didn't go your way, or something like that." And I was hoping he said that, and I really was. And you know what he said? Oh, he said to me that he was just struggling for something to write for that day. And my bloody heart sank, if I'm completely honest. And I just felt so sorry for this person. And I felt so let down and so worried, because that is not healthy. That is not a healthy approach to life, and not a healthy behavior to adopt. And it just stunk. And it, be careful of the way that I phrase this now, that this individual, so deluded by their own self-importance that they thought that this message was going to actually have a meaningful impact. And now that was about 100 likes, maybe something like that, maybe 30, 40 comments of people just chiming in. And it was like a direct polarizing piece of content that literally was there to stir the pot, literally offered nothing. The message in itself offered nothing positive, but also ultimately offered nothing negative, because there was no solution either way. There was not, well, I've had enough and I'm resigning, so there's a solution. If your approach to your behavior towards the industry is this, then you probably should resign. I advise it. You should leave the industry because you're bad for business. And also just the net energy coming out of that post is just horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So I asked myself, and it's something that with the mentoring and everything that I do, and further training that I'm doing in counseling and bits and pieces like that, is that you have to sit back and you ask yourself, and you wait and you watch and you listen, and you ask yourself, well, where's this coming from? What is this? How can we contextualize this and make sense of this? And it goes back to basic fundamental behaviorism and the feedback loops of which we create in our life, and the need to project in that way. And ultimately, he says that he didn't have anything, or didn't think of anything useful to post for that day, but he really wanted to post that because it was a begrudging post. It was something whether he wanted to admit it to me or not, he really wanted to spread shit about the industry because someone somewhere pissed him off. Whether he has a chip on his shoulder, whether he holds grudges, really unhealthy behaviors, So if you look at the feedback and you look at the relationships and the relational side of what's been going on, the behaviorism of what people do and the trap that they fall into this industry, as I said before, you would give up your sport. You will give up your time, you will give up your social life, you will jeopardize personal relationships, you'll work all hours of the day and you don't get paid for it, all in the pursuit of something that you love and the passion. And we talk about passion a lot on the mentorship, and actually the definition of passion is something you choose to wish to suffer. And so what you've decided is that you have chose to suffer with an expectation that you will come good. But that doesn't work like that, because you don't come good. If you cannot intersect and you cannot reorientate this behavior as you go through, you end up just being a prick on social media. That's what a lot of coaches end up doing. They probably don't like their job. They probably ruin their personal lives. They probably don't have a happy relative existence day to day. And their negative self-talk will be through the charts. And so that's what happens in our industry, where we get a disillusioned state. It's like, I'm going to make athletes better. I'm going to coach people. You know, I'm going to change the world through back squatting. No, you don't. But the allure of, I'm going to get a top job. I'm going to work at Premiership football and Premiership rugby team. Nothing changes. It's exactly the same. All you do is you have a badge that confirms the identity that you want to assume that you've set for yourself. So your whole loops are always orientated relative to the thing that you're trying to achieve and set weight and power to. So then you think that because you have suffered, because you have given up so much of your time, your energy, your girlfriend hates you, your boyfriend hates you, you've missed birthdays, I did this, you've missed anniversaries, I did this, my friends, stag do's, blah, 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 I did all of this. And because you think that you have gone through all of those things, you deserve the right to have a good job in S&C or in coaching. You don't. You don't deserve the right to have that. And the reason why is because you've done all those things. You have created and carved the path and dug your own grave, as so would say, because every relational loop that you've gone has gone back to the fundamental: work hard and you will get what you want in life. That is not true. If you do, you work hard and you will get what you have driven your behaviors towards. That's what you'll get. You can work so hard and be miserable. And I think fundamentally there is a place for this, and there's a whole piece that I've done on the negative impact of stoicism on and strength and conditioning coaches, because you basically if you show me an S&C coach, they'll think they're stoic, and it's just obviously a funny. I find it funny anyway, but if you examine the behavior feedback loops, you create and adopt an identity that's self-serving for you. So if you're a coach, and if you're listening to this and you are thinking about creating controversy, I've actually stopped being friends with people, stopped talking to people, cut people off that are like this, because I think it's disgraceful. And so if you are in that position, ask yourself why. Like, check in with yourself, like, why am I doing this? Do I really need this? Do I really want to do this? What could be the possible benefits from this? How are people going to see me through this? Because I'll tell you one thing, right? If this guy, we'd spoke potentially about my mentoring program, and I won't work with him. I won't work with him purely based on that post, and because I have a hard line of that, because that is the complete antithesis of what I stand for as a coach, and therefore completely disqualifies him from the program. So as we were saying, maybe 1 in 10 people are a good fit for the coach mentor program, coach support mentorship program. And I'm happy with that, because what we do is we change lives and get people moving forward in the right direction that they need to. So if you are that coach and you're sat there thinking, hearing, you're driving the car, you're on the way to work and you're going in and you're thinking, fuck, I hate this, or I'm not happy about this, or, you know, I really enjoy this. And why do I really enjoy this? Then you just sit back and you take responsibility for the place that you are in. Number one thing, just take responsibility for it. And as soon as you do, everything will get better. But please, please don't resort to jumping on social media and shit talking the industry that I love and that I want to create and make change. Because if you shit talk on that, then you are an embarrassment and you are a disgrace. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm assuming if you follow and you're watching this and enjoying this, then you'll probably agree with me. And if you don't, please let me know. I'd love to have a talk about it. And if someone wants to join me for a coffee on Friday morning, let me know, and we can jump on and have a chat. All right. Looking forward to speaking to you soon. Bye-bye.